I'm spinning around like that because I'm hoping to add a sound effect for a crowd cheering. Welcome to Handle It, your online instructional cooking show. I'm Chef Atari, and on today's episode, we're gonna be making a sweet treat for your belly. There's gonna be a little bit of meat, but it's gonna be sweet, not savory. Today's episode of Handle It, we're gonna be tackling some apple pie nachos. So the vessel carrying these apple pie nachos into our belly is gonna be pie dough. You can buy pre-made store-bought pie dough, but we're gonna soup it up a notch. But what you're gonna wanna do first is unroll your pie dough, so that way we could cut it into the shape of nacho chips. Just grab a knife, use a cutting board, don't fuck up your parents' countertop, just like that. You know, triangle edition, restaurant style, or you can go round. The chip, you like the chip. And you don't have to worry about greasing the parchment paper because pie dough is filled with so much butter that when it cooks, it kind of secretes and gets juicy. So now that you've cut out your pie dough in the shape of tortilla chips, AKA nacho chips, you'll want to season them with some brown sugar and some cinnamon. Grab yourself a mixing bowl, take about a cup of brown sugar, some cinnamon. We're not doing those cinnamon challenges today, that was so 2004. Give a nice little mix with your hands, and you could just start sprinkling this onto your pie dough nacho chips. Sorry if you miss, my dad missed a couple of times too. Essentially, we're gonna be garnishing and dressing these as a sweet treat nacho platter. Now that our pie nacho chips are seasoned with brown sugar and cinnamon, you'll just want to pop them in the oven at 400 degrees for 10 minutes. Keep an eye on them though, because this could get a little crazy. All pies have a crust, and our topping that's gonna top our apple pie nachos is gonna be an apple pie crumble. So this is half a cup of butter, 1 cup of flour, 1/3 cup of brown sugar, and a tablespoon of sugar. Then you'll just want to start mixing that together with your fingers and your hand, and what you're going to achieve here is kind of like a crumbly flour. It's alright if it's clumpy because we want these clumps to go on top of our apple pie nachos as a garnish. Bacon is a recurring guest on Handle It, and for this episode we're going to be making some candy bacon bits. So you'll just begin by grabbing a nice slices of bacon and cutting that bacon into bits. Just cook your bacon bits in a frying pan, medium heat. How crispy you go is totally up to you. You have that complete freedom. Unless you're the guy who likes their bacon just a little bit on the sog side. Now to make sure we get our pie nachos covered completely with apple pie filling, we're gonna need to mash them because they come whole. And just by giving it a good little mash, we'll make sure we can cover our apple pie nachos properly. So pretty much the apple pie filling is gonna be acting as our salsa ingredient for our apple pie nachos. Now using some leftover brown sugar, cinnamon mixture, you want to add it to your bacon bits, give them that sweet, savory mixture of love. So now we're at the point where we can start loading our nachos with all the toppings. First, you'll want to start by adding a spoonful of apple pie filling onto each nacho chip. This is going to act as a binding agent, so when we sprinkle on our candy bacon bits, they'll stick together and continue to fuse together as they warm in the oven. And now for the part where you're going to want to hit that like button. The bacon has just been unleashed. Take your candy bacon bits, and they should easily be able to bind and stick to the apple pie filling as a glue. Now to give our apple pie nachos a crispy tip, this is where you'll want to sprinkle on the crumble we made earlier. And this will just bake in the oven with all the other ingredients. Our apple pie nachos are fully loaded and ready to go in the oven. We're gonna continue to bake these at 400 degrees for about 10 minutes. Now here's something that I've never told you. Apple pie is my favorite dessert. And to bring it into a handheld, bite-sized version with apple pie nachos, it's like a dream come true. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode of Handle It. I hope you guys like, share, favorite, and subscribe, and continue to learn and expand your culinary wisdom and knowledge in the kitchen. This is Chef Atari signing off. You have a great and wonderful weekend because Handle It's come out on Saturday.
Can I try this?
Yeah.